Three. Hi, and welcome to today's podcast.
Today is about living your best life, and we love this because this is what we did so many years ago. So I think we might break this into a two-parter because there's another exercise that I did, or it's a tool that I do with my clients, and I want to share it with you. Today is episode 1, living your best life.
Amazing. This is going to be an exciting moment because right now, from this moment, you have the opportunity to change your whole life.
If you choose to.
If you choose
like
to.
If you're already living your best life, and we like to think that we are living our best life,
we're
always leveling up.
Yeah, we're always trying to live our
life.
best
We're like, who ever thought that life would be even better? Like, what?
Like, I don't think there is ever a cap on living your best life.
No.
You know, every moment, as you know, every moment of your life changes, and what's important 2 years ago isn't important now.
What's important 2 months ago?
What's important in 6 months' time isn't important now. You didn't even know about that. So you're forever evolving and continuously moving to experience what is your best life. Living your life by design.
That's right. That's what we're all about. And the podcast today is all about inspiring and empowering you to create the life that you truly desire. Not your partner, not your children, not your mum, not your dad, not your friends, not your job. It's like, what do you truly desire? Today, we're diving deep into the art of living your best life. We'll explore 3 practical steps to help
make it happen.
Thank you. My brain was a little bit fried again. I tell you, this is why we're doing the podcast before we go on holiday. So on holiday, it's just
going to be worse.
How we can make it happen. So you may need pen and paper. You may just need to do some screenshots along the way if you're out walking, if you're driving right now. Good morning, good night. Wherever you are in the world, we're just saying hello from Ash and Sam.
So basically today it's what is like living your best life. I know you guys have heard it. It's coming up on Instagram. It's starting around on Facebook. You're hearing it on TikTok. It's
hearing it from us, like life by design, life by design, life by design, not by default, not by default, not by default.
So basically, what does this truly mean? What is it all about? And is this something that you actually want? Like, is it? So what is it? What is it?
I don't know.
It's about accumulating. It's not about, okay, let's say what it's not. Let's go through the what it's not then.
Okay.
It's not about accumulating material things. It's not about like having all the
some
stuff.
people, they think it is, right? So I do want to jump in here.
Okay, let's hear.
And just say, if you buy stuff, you end up with stuff all. If you keep buying stuff, you end up with stuff all. And I was taught this. I'm trying to think the mentor that I got it from, but I remember this when I was before I was 21. And I was in property. I was doing property training at the time. And the mentor got up there and said, if you keep buying stuff, you end up with stuff all. That was like a whole ton of blocks that just dropped on my head.
It was just like a vicious slap in the face.
And I've never, ever forgotten that statement.
Wasn't that with
No, this was like I can see the name of the guy.
Was it the bald guy?
I don't think you knew me when I was that young.
I probably wasn't born then. All right.
I think you need to put a pause on that right now.
Okay, so let's come back to so
I don't think I'm going to get over that, Sam.
What is living your best life? Okay, so what it wasn't. So is it about
looking
accumulating?
after your wife? That's
yes,
what it
is.
Is. Not going for the jugular. You need to like rechange this whole podcast today on how to look after and nurture your marriage.
Well, you said you were so young. So if you were young, I would have been very young. So anyway, so it's all about accumulating. Is it about accumulating material things? So for some of you, it might be. It's about getting the house, getting the car, getting the boat, getting the holiday house. It could be about accumulating that kind of material wealth. It could be about reaching a certain status. So getting a job as a manager or a CEO or a CFO or I don't know.
Running your own business.
Could be something and specifically that. Or it could also be constantly seeking external validation. So trying to, are you actually looking for other people to tell you that you have everything that you should want and therefore you're living your best life?
And this is very common, very common.
But it's so much more than that, right?
It's so much more than that. This is the trap that everybody falls into, is we all think it's about those things. Whereas actually living your your actual best ever life is a deeply personal and individual journey that goes beyond societal expectations and the external measures of success.
So whether you drive a Lamborghini or you have a bicycle.
Yes.
Right.
A scooter.
You might love your bicycle. Right. And you might love your Lamborghini, but who says the person in the Lamborghini is happier than the person on the bicycle? And you see that in third world countries all the time where they have absolutely nothing, but they are so happy. You know, like children are running around the streets laughing and giggling, and women are sitting, like in Samoa, they're sitting in the files doing their weaving their mats and laughing and interacting. They might not have a lot of material things, but they are happy.
And this is why we love going to Samoa. If you've never been to Samoa, everybody on this planet must go to Samoa. And our personal favorite, of course, is Savaii. And just
it's beautiful over there.
Yeah, we're not going to tell you where, because if everyone goes there, it won't be so sacred anymore.
That's right. You can. We'll go there for you.
And I was like, no, I'm not actually prepared to share that on a podcast. Like, it's like one of those secret destinations that nobody knows about. And when you go there, it's like your own piece of paradise. And you really want people to know about it, but you don't, because when you want to go and book it and it's fully booked and the prices are like doubled because now everyone on the planet knows about it. So that's where we're at. And if you do want to go to Samoa, please private message us. Like, we will tell you what we do and how we hang out in Samoa, because it's one of our favorite places on the planet. So living your best life is about aligning your actions, your choices and values with your authentic self. So not being the person that you want everybody else to be. It's about living in a way that brings you joy, brings you fulfillment and a deep sense of purpose. It's about being true to who you are and then pursuing a life that reflects your unique passions, dreams, and aspirations. Like, how cool is that? Living your best life, it's actually not a destination. It's an ongoing process of self-discovery and growth. Well, at least that's my interpretation of it.
Yeah.
Isn't it? Like, it requires self-awareness. Like, where are you now and where are you going? What's really important to you and what do you want to create change around?
And when you think about it, you can't be living your best life if what you think your best life is something that you're trying to get to, because then you're not living your best life. You're aspiring to a life that you wish to have. And this is about living in the moment and being authentically yourself.
And having the courage to step out of your comfort zone and to commit, I guess, to personal development. Like, if you made you a priority and your needs and your desires a priority, what would be possible? It's about consistently or continuously and consistency. Like, those are the two biggies, aren't they?
Yeah.
Right? Exploring and expanding your potential. Like, it's like, I do that for myself, Sam does that for herself, and then together as a married couple, we bring the best of both worlds, so that whatever Sam wants to do in her life by design, or living her best life, and I living my life, there's a little bit of compromise in there. A little bit. I do compromise, people. I know what you're thinking. I do compromise. Right? So it's about you expanding your potential, embracing new experiences, and to be fair, it's also about overcoming challenges along the way. Like, people think that life is just going to show up on the silver platter. You're going to open the door and there miraculously is your life. No, sister, that's not how fucking life happens. Like, life is going to be like up and down and round and round and round and fall on your ass, look at the sky, up at the sky, then fall on you. It goes in roundabouts. Like, nothing is a given. Like, change is forever. It's just constantly. The way I look at it is, I'm constantly evolving. The planet's constantly evolving. We're constantly evolving. Our businesses are constantly evolving. You're constantly evolving. Like, you're leveling up every day in every way by just listening to this on this podcast right now. So living your best life is also about finding balance and harmony. And that's actually in all aspects of your life. So, you know, it's about, and I come back to the 10 success areas that we do in our Crush It program. It is about, you know, self-love, self-care. It is about your mental, emotional. It is about your relationships, your career, your health, your spirituality. It's about cultivating meaningful connections, like those deep, meaningful connections, not those superficial connections where you just get hammered with your girlfriends on a Friday night and you talk shit about other people. Like, that's cool. There's nothing wrong with that, right? Like, if that's your jam, that's your jam. It's just not our jam. We're just not into, moaning and bitching about other people. We just, we just want to be okay. Our best life.
Our focus, our future.
Yeah. And it's about practicing self-care. And most importantly, it's about prioritizing your well-being. It's about living with intention. And we've spoken about this in the past. Like, if you have missed that podcast, please go back and listen to it, right? It's about making choices that align really strongly with your values and actually giving yourself permission to be genuinely happy. And that has been a big journey for me personally.
Yeah. And basically, I mean, each person's best life is unique and deeply personal. So even for Ursh and myself, what we would envisage our best life is unique, personally deep for us individually. But the reason why we are so connected and so strong is that our dreams for our future are so similar.
We value the same things.
So we have one focus, and along the way, there are different, we have different things that we would want to do. Like Ursh would love to do more mindset work, more retreats and yoga that, right? And all that stuff. Whereas that's not something that I would focus on, but I love doing it. My focus would be on doing more handyman jobs or whatever, it's
right
actually,
now we're building the kitchen. And Sam is about building the kitchen and I'm about
designing and creating and making it all beautiful. So I like the practical building stuff. Like that just brings me alive. Like I get frustrated, and don't get me wrong, but I love actually being able to complete something like that. That just gives me a lot of joy. That's not Ursh's deal, to be lying on the ground covered in dust and trying to fix shit that's taking forever.
No, but once it's up, then I want to go shopping and then make it look pretty. And
I don't want to go and decorate the thing. Like I just want it to be done and then walk away. Ursh, so we are uniquely different, uniquely independent. Yet we have the same drive, we have the same direction, the same passion, and we know what we want for our future together, and we use our strengths to make that happen.
Absolutely. Cool. And it's important to remember that comparison actually has no place when you are living your best life.
No.
Your journey is yours alone, right? It's about honoring your own desires, your aspirations, free from judgment. Like we get so focused on what other people are thinking about us that we stop living our life, and then we change the direction of our life because we want to
keep up with the Joneses.
Well, keep up with the Joneses, but we also want to make sure that we're still liked. So remember, living your best life is not about being a perfectionist. It's about progress. And we've mentioned this in previous podcasts. Progress over perfection, right? It's about growth, and it's about embracing imperfections that make you who you are. Like we mess shit up all the time. You might think, well, we have our shit together. No. We are far from our shit together.
Oh yeah.
And we will happily admit that to everybody else. But like, no, we are not those people. We mess shit up all the time.
And I hope that we do for the rest of our life, because unless we're making mistakes and messing shit up, we're not growing, we're not moving forward, we're not propelling in the direction we want to go.
Yeah.
So easy.
Let's have a look at some benefits. So if right now you're a little bit frustrated in life, you're a little bit at the crossroad, or you know that there's actually more to life, you want more, you know that there's this little light inside of you or this voice inside of you that says, this can't be it. If that's you, then this is a great podcast for you today, because we're going to share the 3 tips, right? We're going to explain the benefits, and then we're going to give you 3 tips today so that you can live your best life. So you can have more fulfillment, you can have more fun, you can, plan and be intentional about the future. You can give back at a whole other level because you're giving back to self first. So let's talk about the 3 benefits today.
Benefit number 1 is being authentically or getting authentic fulfillment.
And what does that mean?
Basically, by you living your best life, you just feel authentically alive in yourself. You're happy. You feel like you're living true to your purpose and your values. Everything feels right. And like Tony Robbins said, success without fulfillment is the ultimate failure.
Just say that slowly again, because most people miss this. And this is one of the things that comes up so much every week when I'm coaching clients.
Like success without fulfillment is the ultimate failure.
So this is the question. Are you fulfilled in all areas of your life? How are you measuring success? Because I now measure success on fulfillment. I used to measure success on financial, on collecting things, on travel. Whereas now it's like I don't measure success on anything but am I frustrated or am I fulfilled? Like fulfillment is a really important value of mine now. It's like, how fulfilled am I to do this? And, you know, we get asked to do projects or go and do different training for different organizations, etc. We get people that want us to run retreats in Australia and, you know, overseas. And we get other people that want us to train them 4 to 5 times a week. Like we get a lot of opportunities for different places and different people. If it's not going to bring fulfillment and it's going to add to frustration and it's going to increase our stress levels, it's just a hell no. It is actually a hell no. Like, and we don't mean to just go, no, that's just not important. It's just that we know what we value. So if we want to be authentic and we just want to do what works for us together, and that's going to improve our marriage and that's going to make us better as individuals, and that's going to create more fun and more fulfillment, and we get to be together and travel together and we get to live what we are both passionate about, then it's a hell yes. It's a hell yes. So my question to you is, what are you committing to now that is causing you way too much frustration that is a hell no and it's not a hell yes? Because Tony Robbins, success without fulfillment is the ultimate freaking failure, and we don't want you to be like that. Number 2 benefit is personal growth and empowerment. So taking inspired action and embracing new experiences on your journey towards living your best life leads to tremendous personal growth. Like tremendous. It's not even just growth. It's like tremendous. Like you have tremendous. Like that's just such a sexy word, isn't it? It's so sexy. Like you develop resilience. You learn from your failures. And I know we've spoken about this a lot lately. And you become empowered and you overcome challenges. Like that's all about growth. It's all about it. Mel Robbins once said, you have the power to change your life and the choice begins with you. Yes. So if you're listening on the audio, I am pointing my finger at you right now on YouTube, like you, like the power to change your life. The choice is always yours. And we try to outsource that. I don't really want to say that we do. I know in the past, I'm definitely been that person that wants to outsource my bullshit to other people and think that they can go and fix it. Maybe you can relate. Like, as I say, this is a lifelong journey for me. I mess shit up and I keep, you know, learning all the time, and hopefully I'm learning from my mistakes. So what are you outsourcing right now in your areas? Are you wanting someone to financially support you? Are you wanting someone to look after your health and you're not taking ownership of it? Are you expecting that you're going to have all these fun experiences because you've got friends and family that are going to just plan and organize everything for you? And when they stop doing that, do you get a little bit shitty? Like, where are you not taking responsibility in your life? And I guarantee you that would be more frustration than fulfillment. Just saying. I'm coming from an expert perspective here. An expert perspective here. Her name is Ursula Athens, right? She's been living that life for a long time. That's why she knows.
You don't know anymore.
No,
she's changed it now.
I think in the last 5 to maybe 10 years, there's been a significant change.
Huge.
But I definitely can relate to this. Like I would outsource, you know, like I'd blame. I was in the blame, shame, complain game. I'm not embarrassed to say it. I identify that there's still days or moments that I can easily fall into that trap, and maybe you can relate. It's okay. We're human. We can shut up. We can just learn, pick ourselves up, pat ourselves on the back and say that was a great learning opportunity. Next. Okay, the third one.
Third one is increased happiness and well-being. So basically by cultivating meaningful connections and surrounding yourself with positive influences, people around you that make you feel good, that has a profound impact on your happiness and your overall well-being. Like there's so many studies that show that when you are happy, you are healthier. People that are stressed and depressed, anxiety, all those sort of negative emotions causes illness in the body. So happiness is so important to live a long, healthy, and successful life. Now, Gabby Bernstein reminds us that when we align with love,
We'll have to move that, don't I? Yeah.
when we align with love, everything changes. So by nurturing the relationships and practicing self-care for you as well, so it's not only about others, you create a positive ripple effect, and that enhances your emotions and your mental well-being. And who doesn't want a bit more of that in their life?
I think it's so important if you embrace everything with love, like how can it not change the trajectory of your life? Like, I love that. I love Gabby Bernstein. If you're not following her, you need to follow her. Like, if you haven't read the book, The Universe Has Your Back, go purchase it. Just download it. It's transformative. I think we should do like book reviews one day.
Yeah, we should.
Like, where would we start? There's so many books. Okay.
Hey.
So what have we learned? We've got 3 steps that we really want to share with you. They're what we think are 3 crucial steps that can help you embark on a transformational journey so that you can live your best life. So number 1 is self-awareness. Number 2, take inspired action. We've mentioned this before. And then number 3, cultivate meaningful connections. All right. So
step number 1, self-awareness. Back to our Tony Robbins. He once said the secret of success is learning how to use pain and pleasure. Instead of having pain and pleasure, use you to live your best life. You have to begin to develop that self-awareness.
Yeah.
So the pain and pleasure, if you haven't heard about that, we usually run away from pain more so than we would run towards pleasure, right? So if something hurts, you take your hand off it. If something's really lovely and cuddly, we could quite easily walk away from it, not because we don't love it, but because it's more painful to have that horrible thing happen to you than it is the good stuff. So having that awareness, that taking the time to understand what your strengths are, what your weaknesses are, what your passions are, what your values are.
And it's really important to do this because this is how do you become self-aware, right? So like what Sam just said is take the time. What are your strengths? What are your weaknesses? What are your passions and what are your values? And I see you rolling your eyes and I hear the questions. How do I know? Get a pen, get a piece of paper. What are my strengths? Ask your friends, ask your partners, ask your children, ask your work colleagues. Like, what are your weaknesses? We don't tend to know this stuff because we're too busy living in life instead of appreciating life.
And I bet you anything, you'll have no problem writing your weaknesses list. Like you'll just write 50 things that you think you suck at. But your strengths ones, you're going to struggle. So go to your closest people. What do you love doing? Your passions. What do you love to do? If you had the day off and no one to look after and it was just you, what would you do? If you
we would be at the beach.
Yeah.
Like seriously.
We're planning on the water.
We are planning Bali right now. And it's like everything that, we want to do at 4 different locations in Bali. Everything is based on the water. We want to swim with manta rays. We want to swim with the sunfish. We want to swim with a whale shark. And we want to swim with turtles. Like, where is the closest place? Where do we want to stay? Is it near the turtles? Is it near the beach? This is something that we value. Like, where is the nearest yoga studio? Where is the nearest retreat? Like, where we're staying and where's the
great, healthy, beautiful, fresh food?
Like, Sam's getting off cheap on this holiday. Let me tell you, there is no shopping planned.
No cooking planned.
No cooking?
We
are going to be going to
classes.
Right. Yes, we're going to go to cook. And that's what we value. Yeah. So what is it that you value? So we want you to reflect on what truly makes you happy and fulfilled. So this awareness will serve as a great compass on your journey. Like, you don't know where you're going until you know where you've been and where you are right now. And most people don't take the time to do this. So I'm really going to encourage you to do this. When I work one-on-one with my clients, this stuff really matters. They're like, wow, I didn't know this and I didn't know this. Let me tell you, I didn't know it either until I worked with a coach. I just kept living and doing the grind. I kept doing it and doing it and doing it and doing it and smashing my head against the same wall until I took time out and realized what was really important. And I moved my world from frustration to fulfillment. All right, number 2, take inspired action.
Yeah. So Mel Robbins, she says, you are one decision away from a completely different life. One decision. And once you've gained
That's so
clarity,
true. I love that.
once you've gained the clarity through like that self-awareness, it's time to take inspired action. You can't achieve anything if you don't take action. You can't dream it.
So how do you do it, Sam?
You break out of your comfort zone.
Boom, break out of it. Like, don't just do the same shit every day.
Do something
Like,
different.
do it. Drive to work a different way. Say hello to a random stranger. Shop at a different supermarket. Book a different accommodation in Bali, and don't worry that they've now changed the motorbike laws. Like, just be a rebel.
Challenge your limiting beliefs.
Yes.
I can't run. I can't exercise. I can't be on a diet. I can't drive on the left side of the road.
Now,
Whatever.
I'm just going to interrupt you again.
Okay.
I know I'm interrupting lots today. I think I've had too much like chai lattes today. Is change can't to can. Or I'm going to do something right now. Reframe and say, choose not to. Oh, I can't sort my health out. No, you're choosing not to. I can't lose weight. No, you're choosing not to. I can't. No, you're choosing not to.
That's a real slap in the face again.
It's one of those moments. It's like, I didn't think we were going to go there today, but we did.
Yeah.
We went below the belt. So if that hits hard for you, you're welcome.
Next.
So it's coming from love. You know it is coming from love, right? I only ever come from love.
All right. And the third thing is you embrace new experiences. So when opportunities, we've talked about this before as well, when opportunities arise, just grab them with both hands and go on the journey. Try something new. Don't be scared to embrace new experiences. And trust your intuition and have the courage to pursue your dreams. Don't be that person that wakes up one day and you're in your 80s and you think, if only I had, I wish I had. And they say that one of the biggest regrets, one of the biggest things that people have on their deathbed when they ask them, how was your life and what do you regret? And it's usually the regrets that they didn't do something, they didn't achieve something, they didn't go somewhere, they didn't spend more time with somebody.
Yeah, they didn't take the risk, did they? And we don't want to live like that. We just want to be able to go, so what? We tried it. We messed some shit up. We were
Didn't like it.
Funky as fuck. But you know what? We had fun along the way. We connected with some crazy, amazing people, and we had experiences that created amazing, phenomenal memories. All right, number 3, cultivate meaningful connections. Now, Gabby Bernstein reminds us that the energy we give is the energy that we receive. Remember I say to you, your vibe is your tribe. So what you're putting out there is what you're getting back. Oh, those people in Bali better be careful.
Watch out.
They better be careful, right? Surround yourself with positive and supportive individuals who uplift you and inspire you. Cultivating meaningful relationships is probably one of the most critical steps that I have been intentional about in the last 5 years. I was so busy, doing, because I had to do more, and maybe you can relate that you get so burnt out because you're so busy running and numbing, you forget to live in the moment and actually have a nice, beautiful, slow conversation with people that are amazing. So maybe you can relate to that. I don't know.
And I mean, relationship with family and friends and mentors or like-minded people and individuals who you share your passions with. Like, it's so important that together we create a strong support system.
Yes.
And that will fuel your journey towards where you're wanting to be. It's like you have to be surrounded by those people that help you move in the direction you're wanting to go, rather than pulling you back and making you go in the direction they want you to go because that's their life by design. Or they don't know any better and they want you to stay in Shitville rather than go to this amazing tropical island that you have created in your destination and experience your best life.
Shitville?
So, Shitville.
What is Shitville?
It's a place you don't want to go.
This is a beautiful word from Sam. Shitville. What did we
Shitville.
learn today on Ash and Sam's podcast? That Sam does not want me to live in Shitville.
I
love that.
Don't live in Shitville.
I love that. I think that explains it, right? It explains it nicely. And how will you cultivate meaningful connections? This question comes up a lot, but I can't. I don't know how to do that.
You choose not to.
You are choosing not to. you can follow podcasts, you can download audiobooks, you can jump into coaching programs, you can align with different people all day, every day, if you choose it to be. Let me just share with you, I've always been afraid to step out of my comfort zone. Maybe that's you too. So when I first moved into coaching 5 years ago, I was like, oh, all these people know how to do it. It's perfect. I've been transforming lives for over 20 years, and I have fears that I'm not going to be good enough to be able to help anyone change their mindset. I've transformed thousands of women's lives, and I still have imposter syndrome. So you need to get out of your own way, because you are magnificent. Nobody is like you. Not one person on the planet is like you. So I want you to trust and believe in yourself. Trust and believe that you are always going to be in the right place at the right time. Thank you, John Kehoe. That is one of my things I say every day. I'm going to be in the right place at the right time. I'm always attracting the right people into my space. My vibe is my tribe. That's what I just constantly have these messages in my mind all the time. And it may not work out the way that you want it to work out, but why not try? Why not try? I love it. All right. What was our 3? Let's just recap.
We're going to come over to that. So we got step number 1 was self-awareness.
Self-awareness. So do an assessment, take time, understand your strengths. Number 2,
take inspired action.
Inspired, not just any action, inspired actions towards your goals, your dreams, embrace new experiences, and remember that progress happens when you take the first step. It doesn't happen thinking about the fucking step. I know that was pretty loud, eh? Yeah, that was an F-bomb. It doesn't happen thinking about it. Thinking is not going to create it. So get out of your comfort zone, get off the chair, get out of the car, get off the bike, do whatever. Take the first step. Okay.
And then number 3, you're going to cultivate meaningful connections with like-minded people who are going to inspire and motivate you to keep driving towards your passions. So as wrapping it up today, let's just have a look. We had some really awesome quotes from Tony Robbins, Mel Robbins, and Gabby Bernstein. Like, these are 3.
We needed a Gabby Robbins, didn't we?
We needed Gabby Robbins. Self-awareness, inspired action, and cultivating meaningful connections are the 3 steps that can set you on the path to living your best life.
Yeah, I agree.
And as you embark on this journey, remember the 3 incredible benefits you're going to get. You're going to get authentic fulfillment. I mean,
yes,
who doesn't want that?
Yes.
Personal growth and empowerment, and increased happiness and well-being.
Did you mention empowerment? Like
yes.
Empowerment? Okay, good. I thought you were going to miss that one. I was like, no, we want to feel empowered. Yeah.
So living your best life is not an overnight achievement, right? But it's a continuous conscious process of self-discovery and growth. You consciously need to move in the direction you're wanting to move in. It isn't just going to miraculously happen.
Yeah, it's always about that action, isn't it?
And it's going to require commitment, resilience, and patience, right? And like Ursh said before,
what's my favorite about it? Because I am a bit of a perfectionist.
It's progress over perfection every single time.
Every time. So living your best life is lifelong, right? It is that growth. It is that self-discovery. It's also about embracing the beautiful imperfections that make you unique, and living in a way that brings you, like when I say that, it brings you, genuine happiness and fulfillment. Please don't be me. I spent so many years trying to be something for everybody around me. I forgot about my own happiness. I didn't even know what happiness was. I didn't even know what fulfillment was. I was too busy trying to please everyone else. So if that's you, I hope that this podcast has been really useful for you today. Thank you from the bottom of our hearts for being here, for sharing, for personal messaging us while we've been on holiday, because by the time you listen to this,
we're away somewhere. And
I would have been videoing lots of giraffes, because that's my favorite. I love videoing giraffes, especially when I'm in a car and they're running by me. I'm like, oh, take a moment. I'm just like, stop. And I'm just like videoing them, and it just melts my heart. So there we go. That's what I'm going to be doing.
Yeah. And remember, believe in yourself and trust in the process. Go through the steps. If you want more from your life, do it. Go through the steps. Believe in yourself. I mean, that's our motto. Our whole gym is about believe in yourself. Be you, believe in yourself, and trust the process. And remember, you have the power within you to create the life that exceeds your wildest dreams.
Like, seriously, if
You
we
do.
can live our life and exceed our wildest dreams, you can too. Come along for the ride. All right, everybody, go out there this week, sprinkle some magic on anyone. I challenge you to do it to 5 people, because you don't know who needs a little bit of your magic. You unique, special, phenomenal being you. Go out there and do that. They need your loving. Until next week, everyone, see ya. If you loved this episode today, like if you loved it, even if you just liked it a little bit, that would help. We would love to ask you a huge favor. Can you please, a million times, please, subscribe to our channel?
Push the button below. Just push it now before you forget.
Just
Go push it.
You can do it.
Because not only will you never miss an episode
Never.
ever again,
Never.
you'll always be there, but then you'll also help other people find us, because the more people that watch us, the more people that will get our message, and then more people will be part of our podcast. Wouldn't that be awesome?
And we can't not see you and hear you every week, can we? We just can't. So just do it. Just do it.
Just push the button.
Eat the frog. Do it now.
It's right down there.
Go. Just do it for us. That'll be like the best present you could ever give us. Thank you.
Bye.